You have to ask yourself, why were so many experts completely wrong about Will Levis? In the 2023 NFL season, we're seeing so many teams in bad situations and in need of a quality quarterback because of injuries and poor performance. It makes the Tennessee Titans draft selection of Will Levis look like a genius pick, but I bet they didn't know it at the time. Some teams were reportedly turned off by Levis' personality during the pre-draft process, and there were concerns about his slow reading ability and inability to capitalize on easy plays in compressed areas. Levis has always seemed like a bit of an oddball, especially by putting mayonnaise in your coffee and eating unpeeled bananas. However, his personality wasn't the only factor in his draft slide. The story of Will Levis' draft slide is a reminder that success in the NFL is not just about physical talent, but also about mental toughness, work ethic, and the ability to overcome adversity. Some felt that Will was arrogant, cocky, and too impressed with himself. With his sleeveless shirts and showing off his impressive physique, he looked more like a linebacker than a quarterback. Will Levis is your prototype big quarterback. At 6'4" and 230 pounds, he would easily be mistaken as a linebacker until you see him throw. Levis has the kind of arm talent that makes GM and coaches absolutely drool. He can complete passes in tight windows, and he can send deep passes over the heads of tardy safeties. Nonetheless, Levis became one of the most polarizing NFL draft prospects of the past decade. Some loved him, believing he had so many similarities to Josh Allen as a prospect, while others found reason to dislike his personality. One of the biggest on-field knocks Levis faced coming out of college was his inaccuracy and trusting his arm too much. One NFL exec went as far to say that he had scattershot ball placement and accuracy on simple throws, which some said led to poor decision-making. Despite these assumptions, Levis was still projected as a top 10 draft pick. At the 2023 draft, the spotlight was on three other quarterbacks: Bryce Young from Alabama, C.J. Stroud from Ohio State, and Anthony Richardson out of Florida. Even still, the ESPN experts gave Will Levis a 99% chance of going in the first round. He just kept falling, pick after pick, and Will Levis and his family just sat there, pretty much alone backstage waiting on the call. While it became embarrassing, it wasn't unusual for Will Levis. He's used to waiting for his shot. Will Levis committed to Penn State after a very good high school career, but Penn State already had a young starter in Sean Clifford, so Levis rode the bench for 3 years. By the way, Clifford was also taken in the 2023 draft. He went in the 5th round to the Green Bay Packers. Not content to be in the shadow of Clifford, Will Levis decided to transfer to a school where he could be the starter. But the problem was there was barely any Power 5 schools interested in him. In 2021, an offer came in from Kentucky and Will Levis accepted it. And after practicing just for 9 days with the Kentucky Wildcats, he became the starter. That season was his coming out party, and it put him on the radar of NFL scouts. That season, he threw for over 2,800 yards, 24 touchdowns with 13 interceptions while completing 66% of his passes. He also led Kentucky to a Citrus Bowl upset versus number 15 Iowa in 2022. The following season, he saw his numbers drop down just a little bit, but he still declared for the draft. After that embarrassing draft slide was broadcast on national TV, things didn't get any easier for Will Levis. Going into camp with the Tennessee Titans, he was listed as the team's 3rd-string quarterback, and then missed 2 of the team's 3 preseason games due to a quad injury. Not getting the reps in preseason obviously set Will Levis back quite a bit. Then, fast forward to the regular season, and starter Ryan Tannehill goes down with an injury. Titans head coach Mike Vrabel put second-year backup Malik Willis and rookie Will Levis in a competition of sorts in the upcoming game against the Atlanta Falcons to see who would be the starter while Tannehill was out. Malik Willis started but fumbled early on in the game. Will Levis replaced him, took control of the offense for the rest of the game, and in his NFL debut, he went off throwing for 238 yards and 4 touchdowns. He showed off his powerful arm by throwing 3 of the 10 longest touchdown passes in the league as measured by distance through the air this season, and posted a 130.5 passer rating. And he was named the AFC Player of the Week for that performance. Not bad at all for a guy who had such a disappointing draft day experience. Up to that point, no other rookie quarterback this season has thrown for that many touchdowns in a single game. However, CJ Stroud later threw for 5 TDs and a rookie record 470 yards passing to lift the Texans past the Bucs 39-37. For Levis, it was only one game, but Mike Vrabel had seen enough promise to name Will Levis the starting quarterback for the Tennessee Titans. With the running of Derrick Henry causing opponents to respect the ground game, Will Levis, with that arm cannon, is going to be a threat with DeAndre Hopkins at wide receiver. With the combination of the running game, the reemergence of the passing game, and the amount of physicality that Will Levis brings to the quarterback position, it likely makes the Titans a stronger team moving forward. It was only one game, but Will Levis finds himself in a better position as the Tennessee Titans starter than the number 1 pick Bryce Young has with the Carolina Panthers. It must be a tough pill to swallow for so many pundits and experts to realize they were completely wrong about Will Levis. Let me know what you think about Will Levis and his performance this year for the Tennessee Titans and how you think he's going to progress in years to come. Talk to you soon.